What's going on, guys? It's Jwall here, and I'm bringing you guys my U trips or Y off Pats part of the guide. So for this part of the offense, this offense you can really run. You just need one route specialist, whereas the split close stuff I'll go over, you really need the hot route master. So because of that, if I'm running this offense, I really just roll out there with the Saints because I feel like they give me a better defensive team, and I don't need Tom Brady, which is the reason I'll use the Patriots when I run split close. So I've got my New England playbook. We're good over there. I just picked a random Seattle team. I'll go the Giants on defense just because I know they've got a couple of the things that you'll play against. So I can go over this in the video, but what you're really looking for here when you are setting up your personnel, you're going to need 3 wide receivers, a running back, and then a tight end. But one thing that's really cool about this formation that I'll go over is that you can actually put a running back at tight end, which is another reason I really like to run with the Saints. So if I'm running with this team, what I'll usually do is I'll sub Latavius Murray in at my starting halfback, and then I'll put Alvin Kamara at fullback. And the reason I do that is because when we go over here to the Y off Pats formation, we can scroll with our right stick to the fullback wing package, and that'll actually place Alvin Kamara at tight end. And now, if I'm on, if I'm setting up my wide receivers, I'm gonna want my route specialist, best receiver over here at the solo. That's Michael Thomas. I'm gonna want one of my fastest receivers, but I also need good route running here in the slot, so that's why we put Ted in here. And then we're just going to put, he's already in, we're going to put Keith Kirkwood out here because he's fast. That's really the only reason he's there. So now, as I'm setting my audibles, I'll sometimes put in shuttle curl seam as an audible, but usually it's Pat's drag wheel, scat, curl flats, and halfback power. Those would be my audibles. And then I'll come out and shuttle curl seam or Y option wheel, depending on what I really think I'm going to run. Sometimes slot out, Pat slot out. And on defense, I don't know what I selected over there. So, But I'll just go with, I don't know. I'll sub and I'll put all the coverages in here. So we can look at all the different coverages, and then I'll put a cover 2 man in. Okay, and I'll just come out and cover 2. So what did I come out in? Okay, perfect. Came out in curl flat. So let me just move the ball over. So now when I'm running this offense, a thing that I would like to do that I think makes it better is just to always have my trips to the wide side. So my 3 receivers to the wide side, or my 2 receivers and tight end to the wide side, because I just think the spacing is better. And what did I mess up? Why are we not? Hold on. Fullback. Alvin Kamara is supposed to be at tight end. What did I mess up? What? What did I screw up? I'm confused. Where is Crowflats? There he is. Okay, he's showing up now. So we'll start off with the Crowflat setup, and a setup that I really like. You're not really sure what any defense they're in. Is this setup right here, and I can snap the ball for you. And the reason I really like this setup, and I'll hit my out route over here, is we can break it down. So first of all, especially in Madden 20, with how fast the game, you can get to the line and snap the ball. You're really only making 2 hot routes, and if you really want to go fast, you can just make the 1 and keep your tight end off flat. I just think the out route gets a little bit more yards against purples, and it's just an easier read. So I put an out route, but it's also a very good play against the blitz because you have 2 quick reads with a hitch in the out route there. And then really it can just break down any coverage. As you'll see, we'll have options against pretty much any coverage in the game. That first play I ran cover 2, that's probably going to guard this the best, just straight cover 2, but you're still going to have your out route over here for, at least like 4 or 5 yards. If they go user low or move any of their linebackers around, because they are going to probably make adjustments, you can hit this post. Obviously the post isn't open right now. I mean, I can maybe fit that in, but they got the mid-read there right now. But it's just a great play, quick reads that you can really make your opponent play a certain way with this play. So that's why I really like coming out in that, like maybe the first couple plays, just because it's a lot to guard in one play. Okay, so another play that I like to run that's really similar to this, but just a little bit better, and this is kind of like my short yardage or like I need a dot play. You can either put this guy on a curl or keep him on a hitch, but you're going to want to motion him out, and then you're also going to want to outroute your tight end. This is still at a curl flat. Actually, hold on. My fault, guys. Let me go over just this play against other coverages, just to show you it works. And obviously it will, but you'll see here, cover 3. I have my hitch over there on the left. I can still hit this out route for 5 yards. If he stops jumping, it would be better. And that purple will really guard it the best. It'll make that read the hardest. But against the cover 3, like I said, and against a hook curl like that linebacker's in, you can go ahead and hit your hitch right there and fall down for a good 5 yards. If they go cover 3 hard flat, as this, oh, this is cover 2 hard flat. Cover 3 hard flat. You can really hit, you can still hit the hitch, but you can hit this curl right here with a low pass or possession catch. And I'm also low passing that hitch when it is open. It's a low ball hitch. That's the concept we're going to. So hold on, I can show you guys again. You're gonna want to low ball this hitch and pass it straight down. And especially with the Drew Brees passing ability, the Tom Brady passing ability, or the passing ability in Mutt, you can really low ball those hitches pretty far and get them away from defenders if there's anyone close. I can show you again, I guess, cover 2 hard flat. This actually could guard it pretty well because it's a slot corner bird hook, but you can see we can still kind of get it up over that guy. Not a read you probably want to make, but I don't expect that anyone would really play cover 2 hard flat just because of it's not a very good defense against many plays. And I can show you against palms. Against palms, which is basically, it's really similar to the man, which, so I won't just go too in depth into both, but you'll see that we can throw our hitch right here for 5 yards, and then I can show you again over on the other side. We're gonna have our curl route because flat zone is gonna match onto our out. But it's man to man over here. We can lowball our, oh, we dropped it. That's pretty unlucky. But yeah, and then obviously against cover 2 man, there's honestly, oh, that was against cover 2 man. If it is something like this, like nickel normal, you're probably gonna be able to even hit your out route right here, just because Kamar's so good. You're still gonna have your hitch over there on the left if you just lowball it right in front. Because these low ball hitches are just very good against man. I can show you that right here. And we're also going to have our curl, just like the hitch, because it can beat man if you just low ball it right in front. Oh, bad pass. But you can see he's wide open. Oh, I selected the wrong one. So cover 2 man. Don't shed me. Can low ball that. Again, kind of close, pretty bad timing on it, but we had our out, we had our hitch, and we were able to complete the pass anyways. So you just want to pass lead those like straight down, really. I can do it one more time. I'll show you again. Just want to pass lead it straight down so you can come back to the ball and get in front of the defender. And that's the thing you probably want to practice in practice mode and in games before you're using it in any big games, but yeah. Alright, so now I'll go on the other side that I jumped the gun on. And this is really similar. I won't show you against much. The right side is all the same, but we're just motioning out this guy. And I'll just show you that he really gets open against pretty much any zone in the game. The only thing that's going to guard him is a slot corner bird hook. Oh, that was an awful pass. But it's a lot better. The curl isn't as good. I'll show you with the hitch. I do think the hitch is pretty much unguardable. So you'll see here, that's a linebacker and a bird hook. I'll even shade him down, or I'll shade him outside. So I don't know why anyone would shade outside in cover 2, but you'll see even with that, I can pass it to the outside right there. And I'll show you again. This guy's actually playing it much better than I usually see. It might be because I shaded outside. But yeah, you'll see right here. This is just shaded down. He's over there in the vicinity, but we can still pass it that outside of him. He's not going to make a play on the ball. And I'll show you again. It'll beat cover 3, obviously. It'll be even more open. The purple might get in the way a little bit, but you just have to know the timing. So you see the purple, nowhere to be seen. You can low ball that for, what was that, 7-8 yards. And then I'll show you against man, and obviously the same thing will happen against cover 4. I'll show you against cover 4 palms. Obviously we know it'll beat man because it is a hitch against man press, and that's gonna win because that's how the game plays. But this is cover 4 palms. So yeah, that's pretty much all that set up. I'll go into the next one now. And it's really similar to the other ones, but we're gonna kind of go against, we've been maybe attacking like the inside with the other setups, or the outside, my fault. And now we're gonna want to attack the inside from the right side on our trips. So we've been attacking that right flat. Now we're gonna have this drag running inside with the post, and we've been attacking like the yellow zone over here on the left. We're gonna have a corner route and a wheel route now that we can read. So this play, I'll show you against pretty much all the coverages, but it's mostly, it's the best one I'm really expecting, like a cover 2 look, just because you're going to be able to throw this this halfback route for 7-8 yards, and if they hard flat, you'll have your corner over the top. One thing to know that I'll show you in a second is that a cover 3, like a deep third, is going to match onto this corner route. So, and if they're playing like a cover 3 hard flat kind of look, that'll give this play trouble. So you'll see that the third is gonna match onto the corner route, and if I throw that, interception. So that's something to know. But there's a lot of ways we can take advantage of the thirds, which I'll show you in the end of in other setups. But yeah, so this is a quarter, which some people will do because there are a lot of ways to take advantage of thirds. And this is a quarter and a hard flat. I kept the table out, but it's the same thing. You'll see he doesn't press him. We can throw it outside. With man coverage, I'll show you here. So this is against man coverage. This is the setup. It's not gonna win the best. You can see he got open there, but it's not. I'm not comfortable throwing man corners versus man coverage this year. So he might win again here. I'll put it in man once again, but I wouldn't be confident throwing this ball, and especially on this one, you have to really throw it before he breaks because he's so close to the sideline. So if I see man coverage, he's cooking him here, but especially in MUT where your receivers aren't going to be a lot better than the corners, I wouldn't throw that ball against man. Yeah, and I'll show you against palms. Palms is going to give this play a lot of trouble. You're really not going to have anyone very open, to be honest. You might be able to throw you really aren't going to have anyone, to be honest. I mean, you see there, I could throw that maybe late, but if they're on cover 4 palms, that's going to give this play a lot of trouble. All right, now I'll go into the next setup of this play, and this is really a simple play setup, and it looks just like this. I'll motion this guy on a drag. I'll keep the RB post, and then I'll have a comeback over there on the right. So what we have with this is we have just a high-low in the middle, and then a high-low on that right sideline as the drag gets across. And you can mess around with this. I like motioning out the drag, but he got pressed really bad there. If I saw that again, I'd probably just run it like this. But yeah, so say they're usering in the middle, you know, they got a high-low. Okay, I can take my drag. It puts a lot of pressure on the user, but then there is, you know, a high-low on the right. And I'd call this play maybe if I'm expecting a really aggressive defense, because, you know, you've got a check down, you've got good, like, simple route combos, but you've also got a post that gets over top if they get really aggressive. So it's sort of a good mix between, you know, taking a shot deep, but also having something there if they aren't blitzing. You know, you expected blitz and you were wrong. So yeah, that's the force setup. I can show you again. I can show you guys that, but I don't think it's that useful. It's a really simple read. You're gonna read the flat zone on the right. My fault. That, and you're gonna take whatever's open. So this is like a cover 3 hard flat. You know, I could probably fit my post in right here. Just possession hits that in the middle. But obviously the post, and the drag is our first read, and then we're working over to the comeback and the drag. And this is once again cover 3 hard flat. Our guy gets pressed, but you'll see comeback is open. It's another one you just want to practice the timing on those comeback routes because they are really good. They'll beat the deep blues in the game. That's another reason I like this play, is it's really good against pretty much any coverage because you have a man beating route on that high low, and you have a post route that's pretty good against man. So this is cover 4 palms right here, and this is gonna really guard our post well. But we're gonna have our comeback over here. Oh, we didn't. We had our comeback. I threw it a little late, and it was a bad throw. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for that setup. It just looks like this. It's pretty simple reads. You got a high low on the right, and then a post coming across the middle. And I'll get into the last setup I use for curl flat. So the last setup I use is sort of, I would call this a more advanced setup, and that is this play. And this looks a little weird now, but what it is I'm gonna motion across RB, and we're gonna have a post, a hitch, and then we're gonna have our right side open as well. So I can go over this in practice or back in instant replay, and I can. We've kind of seen all these concepts with all the plays, but I'll show you guys why I like it. So one reason I like this play is I feel like it's pretty good against pretty much any coverage in the game. And we're gonna have a flat going out here to the left. So if they get really aggressive, we can hit our flat. But it's also clearing out the flat zones for this hitch right here. It's coming through. You can also hit this flat because the cloud, any kind of cloud or purple, is going to be brought up with this post. And until he cuts, you're going to be able to hit this guy for like 4, 5, 6 yards. But also the yellow zones are going to come up on the post, and that'll leave our hitch open in this little pocket. So this whole left side really plays and works together really well. Like the routes get each other open very well. And then also if they're using over here, we have a high low over here. So you'll see our out route is wide open because you've got this cloud flat up here on the curl. You probably throw this guy and get upfield for at least 4, 5, 6 yards. But if they go hard flats, or if they go hard flats, you can hit this guy above the hard flats. So that's why I like this play. I also like this play a lot because we've got a lot of man beaters on the field. So if people are mixing in man, it's very good. So I'll show you guys the play against man. And the reads are very quick, but that's something you kind of have to do in this offense. So you'll see we have our hitch obviously on the right. We have the post getting wide open. Even this curl. Oh, don't throw the curl late against Shaquille Griffin. But yeah, we have the curl on the right, which you can throw right off the turn quickly. But yeah, just a really simple, not a simple play. I would say it's actually one of the more advanced plays, but you've just got routes that work together really well. And this is probably one of my favorite setups in this offense. Yeah, so that's it for that. So now we'll move on to the next play, and this is one of our audibles, pads drag wheel. So why do I like this play? Well, let me see what I put in for my first setup really quickly. So the first setup we're going to do is just this, which is a hitch on the left with a wheel, and then the other side we're just going to leave as is. And so why do I like this play? So like a lot of the plays I said, it's really good against man. Why is it really good against man? So I can show you. And that's really what I'm going to call this play, is when I'm expecting man. It's really good against man because we have a hitch over here on the left, which we already said is good. We've got a curl over here that can get open against man with a low ball. And then lastly, the best route against man, probably in the whole game, called palms. So this is just a stock cover 2 man. Pass drag wheel, hitch, wheel, like that. We have our wheel route over here, which is just going to torch man coverage and maybe even get you touchdowns, like if they're running some of the more aggressive man defenses. Yeah, so that's why I really like that play. It's really good against man. Another reason I like this play, if they run palms, which a lot of people are going to try to mix in, This is this is as easy of a touchdown as you can possibly get versus Palms. Oh, I got shedded. But you should see Ted Ginn is naked. And the reason he is naked, and you can maybe fit this into other offensive schemes that you're running. Let me just call Palms again. The outside receiver on this weird curl, or just a curl in general, will take that outside guy. And then the flat zone is a man match onto the wheel, and we are out. And Ted Ginn is into the end zone. So great against Palms, which people are going to mix in. And then here, let me just show you another reason I like this play. Stock, not stock, but this setup hits the outside guy, wheel. If they're running purples on the outside, I'll go back and show you this in the replay. If they're running these stock curl flat purples, which a lot of people will run in MUT, and they kind of bait you a lot and make throwing flats hard. You'll see this purple will actually follow the curl route here, this outside curl route inside a little bit, and that'll leave us a pocket to throw this wheel out here and get maybe a touchdown if you can make that guy miss, but at least, 15 yards, 20 yards versus purples, which I love because I hate playing against purples because they make reads hard. So this is my purple cover 3 sky killer. So yeah, it's another reason I love that play. And that's pretty much all the reasons. I do think this play it isn't the best against cover 2, just because all of our routes really get guarded really well. But it's also not the best against the blitz because you don't have really many quick options. You have the seam to the tight end, but besides your hitch, which they'll probably use her, you don't have a ton of great quick options. All our routes are really deep developing. But it's amazing against man, amazing against cover 3, and amazing against cover 4 Palms, which are a lot of defenses you'll see. So now, I'll go on to the next setup. It's very similar to the curl flat setup we did, but it is this. It's basically this. And you can keep RB on the wheel or put him on a flat. It really doesn't matter. I like to keep the wheel because the only reason you wouldn't want to keep the wheel is if maybe you're afraid they're going to run into each other and make the read hard. But I like keeping the wheel in case they're in that stock cover 3. But everything on this play is the same on the right. It's still going to be Palms. I can show you really quickly. It's still going to be cover 3 like I did in the last setup. This is just Palms right here. It's still going to be Palms. Maybe even easier touchdown. But the reason I like this setup is if they are blitzing, if they're running some cover 2, which I can show you right here, I think this setup gives us a better option. Oh, I forgot to call the play. Oh, did not mean to do that. But if they are running cover 2, it just gives us a new option to attack that left flat with the corner out and the tight end drag, which we haven't ran our tight end over into that flat yet, so that's a good way to attack that flat. So yeah, I'll just show you right here. And say another reason I like this play is if they double flat that right side or run like a cover 3 hard flat like this. You can drag this guy, corner out that guy. You're going to be able to throw this little curl route into this pocket in between the... Oh, he dropped it. That's unlucky. But you're going to be able to throw that curl route against a lot of defenses and against man into that pocket between the zones because the wheel pulls the zones out and the drag pulls the zones in. So here we'll just take our drag, get upfield, spin, and I'll try to make a move. So that's pretty much it for that setup and why I like it. A lot of it's the same as the last one. And now I'll show you the last setup to this play. It's very similar to the other ones. I just like it to switch up what I have on X, and it gives you a little high-low with the user across the middle. But everything else is the same about this. It's just another way to set up this play. Yeah, everything else is going to be the same. We're just motioning out X and putting him on a drag. Oh, I called the wrong play. Or we don't even have to drag him, he's already on a drag. But yeah, everything else about the play is the same as the other ones. We're just motioning him out and putting him on a drag. Well, we're able to maybe hit our tight end over the... Oh, yeah, he caught it. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Pat's drag wheel. I'll get on the shutter curl seam. So, shutter curl seam. I don't know why I'm struggling to say that, but this is a play I'll call a lot against man and match. So I'll really just show you guys against match and man. It's also decent against cover 3. Not the best, but I'll show you this first one. So I actually like this play against pretty much anything. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to motion in this streak and snap it. And why do I like this play? So I can show you in the play art why I like the play. And when you're running this, you could either drag the outside guy or in route him. I like drags just in case they're blitzing, but it doesn't have the best spacing, so you might want an in route. But why do I like this play? So it's got a really quick and good comeback on the left, which will beat man and will beat match really well, as you can see right there. And it's a high-low between those thirds. Like the thirds won't guard that. Really, no zone except the purple or a cloud flat will guard that. So that's why I really like the solo side comeback, and think that's a really good route to have on your field. It's also got this little speed out from the running back, and you'll see here he's just able to toast linebackers, and that's a ton of yards. And it's also just a good quick route to get out to the flat, and it beats man and match really well. So that's the reason I like this play. And the last reason is if they are blitzing you, or they're in a coverage you don't expect, you still have a really easy read to the seam streak in the in route. Obviously in match the seam streak will get guarded, but I'll show you against like a cover 2. So say you're expecting match, you call that play, but they send a blitz, and we'll use this guy. So we'll use that guy and we'll man him up on the outside guy. The left side isn't the best quick read because they're gonna get bumped and it makes it a little hard. But we can hit this seam streak down the middle. It's a lot of pretty much any zones in the game because of how bad zones are, and get a lot of yards. So that's why I like that play. Oh, I did not mean to do that. And now I'll show you another setup that I like out of this play. So it's really similar. It's probably a little bit more. It's probably a little bit better, honestly, because it gives you more reads, in case it's a defense you're not expecting. But why I like this play, is we've got a streak running down the middle, so we've got something if they get too aggressive, and we have a really fast player there, so we can have a mismatch, and we still have our 2 high lows on either side with the out route and the curl, and then the speed out and the comeback. And then the other thing, I just like the motion in this guy on the out route when I do that. But yeah, that's why I run that play. It's very similar to other concepts I've been showing. I just run it like this because it gives us more options in case the defense isn't exactly what we expected. Yeah, I just love that speed out route. I just love because it just beats man and stuff so well, and it's also I can shoot against cloud flats. So this is just cover 2. You're going to be able to get good yards against cloud flats. So it's really one of my favorite flat routes in the game. See here, he runs in here, but we're still able to get 4, 5, 6, 7 yards even. And that was a weird one. He kind of ran into the defensive line. So yeah, that's pretty much it for shutter curl seam, which I apparently can't say. But I really like this play, mostly for the speed out, also for the comeback. And this route also, this Kamara route can be very good against some defenses. I stopped using it, but because it takes a little bit longer. But you guys might find a way to work that into the offense. Okay, now next play, we're going to scat. Scat. Why do you like scat? So the reason to like scat is this corner out on RB. The reason to not like scat is the blocking. I can show you the first one. Really simple concept over here. So we've got our hitch, which I've shown you on a lot of plays, is something that I really like to go to, especially if I'm expecting a blitz. And on the right, what we've got is just an easy high-low, and we can read between, if there's flat zones. Hold on, I can show you guys. Call scat, out route, bam. So you just kind of read between the flat zone, see if he's playing up on the corner route or down on the out route, and make the read. Really easy play to run. You kind of know what you're looking for. I can show you against cover 3. We can throw our corner out. So this is a cover 3 hard flat. You're gonna see, oh, he's playing down on the flat. Passes it a little bit down. Corner out's there for 15 yards. And then if they are playing purples, this will make the read a little bit difficult, but it's something you'll get used to with reps. You'll see, oh, I messed it up. It should still work though. You can see we can hit that guy for 4 or 5 yards. It's not the best, but you know, we can use it. We can work with it. Do it one more time against cover 3 with purples. Honestly, could have thrown either one there. Took our flat, but we definitely could have fit the RB corner right over the top of the purple because of the way he pressed. So I really like that play. Two high-low on the right side. That's really, really good. And then a hitch and a wheel, which I love the concept, and really good against the blitz. Another reason I like this setup is it's really good against man. This scat corner out is one of the few corner outs with good route running that I actually expect will get open versus man. We'll see here. You see he just cooked his man right there, and that's one of the few corner outs I'll actually throw against man consistently. But yeah, also we got the hitch on the left, which I've shown you guys plenty of times. Really good against man coverage for whatever reason. The low ball hitch versus man press. And we've also got our out route over here on the right, which will do well against man. So, oh my god, he's wide open. But I've got this low ball hitch. So yeah, that's why I like that play. I'll get on to the next setup out of scat. So this is the next setup right here. And I can go over the 2 reasons I really like this play. So the first one I can show you is just, it's a really simple high-low on the right side. It's gonna get, this corner out's gonna only get guarded by cloud flats, deep thirds, or thirds are gonna match onto this corner out, or purples. That's pretty much it. That's all that's gonna guard it. And you'll see here with the cloud flat, you can pass lead this hitch up, and because we have the pass lead ability, which makes this play a lot better, we get a good like 5 yards on that play. Another thing to see here is when they are in a cover 2 with cloud flats, if they aren't pressing Ted Ginn and we run scat, this corner out on the right will actually get over the cloud, and you can pass lead it right in this pocket and get up above the cloud. Yeah, I'll show you again against cover 3. So you'll see here that our corner out is actually going to get guarded by the purple and the deep blue. See there. Oh wow, I don't know why that just happened. That was weird. But I'll show you again. It's weird because he's pressing him. What's happening? It's making this read hard. I really run this play when I'm expecting either match or cover 2. I wouldn't really run it if I'm seeing a lot of cover 3. Honestly, because he was backed up, I could hit him. You know, I wouldn't run that play against cover 3. I wouldn't recommend it. The corner out will get open against deep quarters, but the thirds will match it pretty well. And then here, I can show you against match. So this is another reason I like this play a lot. Is against match. This corner out is going to get matched by the quarter flat, but only for a second, and then we can get upfield for a lot of yards. So it's wide open versus match, and that's a really good game. And then the other reason I like this play, on the other side of the field, so the left side, with our drag and our curl route, we're going to be able to beat pretty much any defense in the game. So you'll see here, we had both guys open, the curl and the drag. Just got shedded. That was against cover 4 palms. I can show you against cover 2, and this is really nice. Oh. You'll see that the guy actually goes and follows up on that curl route, and we're able to hit our drag there for almost 10 yards because the cloud flat will actually sit on the curl route. And then against cover 3, we'll be able to hit pretty much either. The hook curl won't really guard the curl very well. you'll see he plays pretty much 2 outside, and we can hit our drag right there. Yeah, so really good play. Gives you a lot of reads versus pretty much any coverage in the game, and beats man, match, and zones really well, which is what you want to do when you design your plays. And then the last setup I can get into with this play is very similar to the curl flat play, so I won't go too in depth with it. But it's just you're switching up who you have the post on and who you have the hitch on with motioning over this guy in scat. So it's really similar to that first curl flat play I showed you guys. So I'll just show you again. The reads are pretty much the same. You're just looking to the post. I would look at the left side first and then move your way to the right side if there are users over there. High-low on the right side, which is really good. You can hit the hitch because it gets in a little soft spot between the curl, the wheel and the post. And then you have the post against man, hitch against man. A lot of plays, a lot of routes that'll beat man in this play. So I'll just show you the player once again. We're gonna motion him over, and we're gonna snap him right before the hitch. So you see we had a lot of routes open right there. So I like that play. I like the curl flat one more because of the spacing, but if you notice that they're, noticing when you motion over RB, they're expecting that play. And it's kind of a different one to throw in the mix. So that's all of the setups for scat. Now I can get into half or pat slot out. And I'll go ahead and get into that. So pat slot out right there. And the reason I really like this first setup is, I can show you really quickly, as I was talking about with the thirds earlier. Oh, I messed something up. What did I do? And that's when I'll call this play, is when I'm expecting thirds, or maybe a blitz, either one. I'll call this play when I'm expecting a lot of cover 3 or a blitz. It's really good against either. But you see the third will match onto that hitch, and Kamara was wide open there. It was a little mix of me not throwing it and bad pocket presence. But I'll just go ahead and press a cover 3 again. Hitch, hitch, out route, wheel. See it right there. And we're able to throw this right in that pocket and score. One play touchdown versus cover 3. Really easy, really simple, and an easy way to know if they're in thirds or not. Another reason I like this play, like I said, I'll call it a lot if I'm expecting a blitz. Why is it so good versus a blitz? Because you've got 2 hitches that are really spaced out and a post running over the middle. So, oh, I suck, didn't throw the hitch, but hitch is wide open. Other hitch is wide open. Post was even probably open. You just got a lot of quick reads that are really well spaced out in case it is a blitz, or just really something you're not expecting. This is a great play if you don't know what's happening, because you have one route that's getting deep, but you've also got 2 hitches in case it's a blitz. So that's why I love that setup. We'll get into the next setup. So the next setup would be this, and I like this setup because you've got a high-low on the left side of the field with the wheel and the corner out. But then you've also, so in addition to that high-low on the left, you've got a drag coming across, and you've also got these 2 post routes, or deep post route and like a short, shallower post route coming across the field. So we can read on our left side between the high-low, and then we've also got double high-lows coming across the field. So we got the first post route, the second post route, and our drag on RB. So that's a play I like against pretty much any coverage in the game. Really good against man because our motion drag is going to do really well, and our outside post on B is going to do really well against man. Pretty good at solid against cover 2 because most people are going to use the mid read. So our post on A is going to get open, and our wheel on the left is going to be open, depending on their adjustments. But yeah, just simple reads, high-low in the middle, double post, great play. Love that setup. So I'll get into the next setup now. I had a pad slot out, and I guess it's similar. It's just another play that utilizes this tight end post route. So I'll show you here. This is against press cover 3, and I love this one because if they're putting any kind of deep blue in the game, someone on that left side is going to get open, whether it's the tight end or the corner route. So you see here, I see it's a third. Oh, Drew Brees, but you can see he's open there. Kamara is open over the top of the deep blue. And if they do happen to quarter, so I'll show you with quarters here this time. And again, once again, hard flats. So this is the setup. I read a quarter because he didn't press, and I can throw this corner out. So it's a really good setup, and can be really good against pretty much any defense in the game because it utilizes this really cool tight end post route that I've talked about before. Obviously one defense that is going to give this trouble is the cover 4 palms, and also man would be pretty good against this. So I'll show you here, cover 4 palms. We have our drag a little bit, but that's just because we had no user on the play. I don't like that play versus cover 4 palms or cover 2 man, but if they're running a lot of cover 2, a lot of cover 3, that's a great play because you're going to have someone open no matter what. Okay, and our last setup is another setup I like, which is, it looks like this. And I would also call this setup a lot versus cover 3, honestly versus cover 2 as well. And the reason I like this play versus cover 3 is, we'll look over here to the right. So you see the post will actually suck purples up, so we can throw this RB route on the sideline against purples. And if they happen to hard flat, which I can show you right here, you'll see the hard flat goes out, and we can low ball this post inside. And if you get the read down really well, you can low ball right off the user, and no yellow zone will ever get there. So that's why I like that play against cover 3. The other read on the other side is just in case their user shoots over there, you're gonna have a high low on the left side. And you can even run it like this. I don't love that because the post and the curl could run into each other, but I doubt you'll get that much time in the pocket. But as I said, I told you guys why I like the play and what makes it special. So yeah, you've got a high low on the left side with the drag in the corner. But what I really like is this RB route and the post route, especially against cover 3. I'll just go against hard flats one more time. And you can see that one. So now, I'll show you guys a play that I really like out of halfback sluggo if I'm seeing a lot of cover 2. So, that's why I like this play. Great against cover 2 and splits the safeties really well. So, I'll call it Tampa 2. I'll use this mid-read because a lot of people aren't going to keep it on the field. And then all it is right here is drag A and corner route X out of halfback sluggo. It's really similar to like trips tight end verticals, but you're gonna see this RB route gets open, wide open, deep down the middle. One play touchdown versus cover 2. And if they happen to not be in cover 2, that's why we give ourselves this outlet over here on the right, on the left, with the drag and the corner out. But once again, cover 2. See, it's not a fluke. It's honestly a bad pass. I don't know why he's even close to that. Just try it with a comeback quickly. That's a little bit better, but it might just be Ted Ginn's lack of speed. He should split the safeties pretty well. I've definitely thrown this plenty of times. And you can honestly throw it earlier, like right about here, and cut it inside and catch it. It's just not as easy of a one-play touchdown. I'll show you one more time. And then another play I'll run out of this if I'm expecting, you know, really aggressive defense, something like this with a drag motioned out or a hitch on that guy. Doesn't really matter, but I just like to have some outlet on that solo side, and then this is like the other side, the two vertical routes. I just like it because if they're getting really aggressive, and I think they're gonna over adjust, I can have those two deep routes running and then also still have an outlet. And I can max protect so I can pick up any blitz in the game. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that play. I really just like it against cover 2, or just if I'm expecting a really aggressive defense and want to take a deep shot. So now I'll get into Y option wheel. So this, I know I only have one setup for this play, but it's probably one of my favorite plays in the formation. So it's really similar to mesh post at a bunch, and it's because this wheel route on the running back gets into like a soft spot between zones. You can see right here. Just throw it in between the hook curl and the purple. Only thing that's really going to guard this well is a vert hook. I'll show you that right now. So this is a linebacker vert hook, and you're going to see he plays this route pretty well. But even then, you can kind of lowball it right there and still pick up a lot of yards. You just have to be able to make the read. You can honestly throw the route versus pretty much any coverage in the game. It'll be match well too. I'll show you that right here. It'll be match well because the linebacker matches onto it, and then you can throw it. Bad animation, but you can throw it behind the linebacker because he's not going to man up very well to it, especially if you've got a good running back there. And then obviously, if it doesn't do well against match, it's probably not going to do too well against man. I'll show you that right here. See, man coverage, honestly, not the best route, but still toasted him. And I can show you why I like the other side of the play. And that's because if they are blitzing, this play is probably the best in the game. You've got a quick hitch out route. You know, you can hit the out route if they bump like that. You can hit the hitch or the curl depending on how the yellow plays. The yellow plays up or the yellow plays down. Altogether, it's honestly just an amazing play that gives you so many options, especially against pressure. But it's also really good against man, really good against match. It's just an amazing setup to the play. I can't stress enough how good this setup is. You can see I can hit the hitch there. Oh, I got a fumbled. It's the first fumble so far. But yeah, great play. Love that one. And it'll beat any coverage in the game. And it is amazing against the blitz. See right here, hit the hitch again, get a block, upfield for 15 yards. So yeah, that's it for this setup. Love that setup. Can't stress enough how much I love that setup. Now I'm gonna get into probably the last like setup for the U-trips. This is the last setup for the U-trips, but it's just this. It's really similar to like Pat Sale. That's why I call it Pat Sale. And you can do this out of any play because we have the route specialist post over there on the solo receiver. And then I usually like to motion snap RB just so we have a seam streak option. We're going to see we have this post running over the middle deep. It's going to get over the cloud zones and in front of the deep blues because of the streak. I'll show you it once again. And then we've also got the drag and the slant running across in case the user. So you see we can hit the drag quick in case it's a blitz, hit the seam streak in case it's a blitz. It's really similar to Pat Sale or what's the play in Saints book called? I can't remember. But whatever that play is called, it's very similar to that. You know, deep post with a drag and a slant and a seam streak coming across. It's a great play. I love that play. And you can do it out of any play because all it requires is that route specialist post. And you don't need to have that tight end drag. You could also run it just with a drag on B, which is another option. You could run double drags out of this play. It's honestly just user preference, whatever you think. Yeah, so that'll be it for the U-Trip setups. I hope you guys enjoyed, and have success. If you have any questions, DM me